Do you have your X32 connected to your AES50 stage box and it looks like this? Notice the little red A here. That's a problem, and let me show you how to fix it. Now, unfortunately, I see this a good amount of time, and that's when our AES50 is connected, but the sync source is wrong. So for instance, this SD8 requires an AES50 connection, and that is going to be plugged into the AES50 A connection on the back of this SD8, and that then goes to the AES50 port on your mixer. Now, if your mixer, singular mixer, is the only mixer that's on the AES50 devices list, then your sync source needs to be from internal on your X32 or your wing. Let me show you. Now we can see that this is incorrect because it is red and is having an issue. So this console isn't receiving clock. Now what we need to do is we need to go to Setup, and then on our Global tab, we need to look at our clock source, and we need to set this to internal. And that is because this is the only mixer connected to our AES50 devices. And at that point, then we will see that any of the other AES50 devices, as long as they are set to receive their sync from this mixer, which on an SD8 is by default, then all of them are just going to populate correctly. Now, the clock source is important because that is giving our network the time for when audio should be sampled at. If this is set to AES50 A on this console, that means that there is another console that's connected to this X32 on the AES50 A port, and that other console is set to internal on the clock source. So for instance, if you had a wing or another console that you were treating as the main console, and then maybe this was a broadcast console or a monitor console, then you would then select AES50A. But in this case, because I only have stage boxes connected to this X32, I'm going to select internal, which then gives us our 48K as a green light, and then we can see that I have a DL32 and an SD8 connected, and those are all green. We can go look at my SD8, and it now has a green sync light on AES50A.